whole damn bag at me. Oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. Okay, I got power. I said fuck it. Put in the hours.
The ability to command and execute, but darling, you.
Okay. Violent soon as I walked up in the entrance. Black on black, my shades is all tinted. Blick, bling, blow, I got your ice squinted. Mommy chose up and left you with the quickness, huh? Your man's looking sour, he ain't got the power. Drip, drip, hit a nigga with the shower. 50,000, I can flip it in an hour. My whole gang's looking chillin', expensive. Flex on flex, my friends is on fitness. Chunky checks, my bucks is all business. Brands on brands, that shit is offensive, huh? You ain't got the power. Eat 'em up, bitch, you can get devoured. It's a difference from a hero and a coward. Who are you? And when it dropping off all that drip for free, you know you got power. And when they tryna throw the whole damn bag at me, oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. I got power. I said fuck it. Put in the hours. And when they dropping off all that drip for free, you know you got power. And when they tryna throw the whole damn bag at me, oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. Okay, I got power. I said fuck it. Hold up, you thought that you were killing, had them looking for the witness, but you really wasn't giving anything. Sip Doja, no Gabbana, and I eat up all the drama like piranha. I devour everything. I devour everything. I devour everything. I devour everyone on the scene. Put the bread on the top and your head in between. Back, call me, quit acting all phony. Say I'm my government name like you know me. My girl is a trophy, 90s Naomi. I give you life for free, so you own me. And pay me with some interest. Eat 'em up, bitch, you were so delicious. What really happens when a hero meets a villain? Let's find out. And when they dropping off all that drip for free, you know you got power. And when they tryna throw the whole damn bag at me, oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. I got power. I said fuck it. Put in the hours. And when they dropping off all that drip for free, you know you got power. And when they try to throw the whole damn bag at me, oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. Okay, I got power. I said fuck it. Put in the hours.
Look at you, face down on the floor. I told you, you don't have it. Power.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
Rest in peace to Biggie Smalls.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
R.I.P. to Tupac.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
Nigga roll that good shit.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
You wanna dance, let's dance, nigga. I take you to the prom, I'm Trey pan in my palm, I'm calm, nigga. My mama made a baby boy, the hood made a man. My first 14 grams, took that and made a grand. I do this, you knew this, I told you, pussy. Your fate to death, day to fucking come if you pussy me. How you like E.I., E.I., uh-oh. After the 4-4 blow, I get low, that's how I go like a pro. It's a rap, and I'm ghost, and you smoke like a roach. You've been clapped, and in fact, there's no coming back from that. I'm the last of my breed, no Henny, no weed, just my vest and my semi in the back of the Bentley. On Nas and my raws, see I'm there and I'm gone, cause my lawyers are strong and my money is long. So when I'm right, and when I'm wrong, I'm right. I hit your ass up right, nigga, it's nighty-night. Man, I run this rap shit.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
Rest in peace to Biggie Smalls.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
R.I.P. to Tupac.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
Nigga roll that good shit.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, yo, hands up high. Hey yo, I'm higher than a pilot, man. I catch a body, man. Beat the case and lie on a polygram. These OGs talking about back in the days. I have an R.I.P. sign on your MySpace page. I'm in your top 8, nigga. Drop 8, nigga. GCT cool, it's sour grape, nigga. I'm an 8, nigga. A gorilla in the mist, I hold weight, nigga. My connect got breaks, I would go. You and platinum, we still got the same cars, same house, and still fuck the same bras. Dreams of fucking an R&B bitch. Damn, you look good, girl, but get your G fix. I'm the Teflon Don, boy, I get busy. Your next 2 songs, do them shits with Pretty Ricky. 760, drive by like tick, with 2 holes in the whip, looking like Flip.
Yeah, I'm on this rap shit.
Hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
Rest in peace to Biggie Smalls.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
R.I.P. to Tupac.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
Nigga roll that good shit.
Get your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Yeah.
Mic check 1. Who's here right now? If you here, let me know. I'm having some computer problems. I'm having some setup problems. Let me know. My camera's acting funny. My microphone's acting funny. It got wet last night. And I apologize. So I already know this is going to be a short show. I'm having some things that I'm dealing with personally. As you guys know, I don't want to keep reminding folks because I don't like all that feel sorry for me type stuff. All right. But my mom passed and I'm still dealing with some things on the financial ends as far as properties. See, my camera's acting up. As far as property, converting things over to my name and doing some other things, insurance policies and things of that nature. So I'm dealing with a lot of stuff, being an only child. And it's a lot on my plate. And thanks for the support system that I have of my wife and my lawyer and, things of that nature. I still have to make certain decisions. And those might be a little bit slow today on, you see how my camera keeps going in and out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's blurring up on me. It's coming in and out on strong color and it's all over the place. So bear with me today, folks. It's almost feeling like I shouldn't be here, but we're going to get through this, man, because this is my therapy and maybe this will help me get in a better space. I'll do the best I can for us, and for the family. So bear with me just a minute. You know what I mean? Let me get some thoughts. I just got off the phone with my attorney on some things about, doing some stuff and it's weighing heavy on my mind. So I appreciate everybody being here. I know I'm a little bit late, but that turned into a long phone call. I want to thank everybody for being here. So let's get into it, yo. Since it's going to be a short show, the people who aren't here yet, they'll catch up. I just want to know, let me just say this. Make sure today, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold my weight on this, but make sure you win your first 8 hours of the day. Okay? Make sure you win your first 8 hours of the day. My days generate 5:15 every morning. For some odd reason, I have this mechanical wake up, this auto mechanical wake up in my system where I get up every day right around 05 and 5:10 in the morning. I haven't had an alarm clock in probably 20 years of my life because I've set myself to, a certain pattern to get up every day. And I know what I have to do between what hours. And my goal in life is to win my first 8 hours every day. And I want to share that with everyone for 2024. If you don't think that you have a battle for 8 hours and your battles are only 3 hours long each day, then win your first 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever length of battle you think you may have. Make sure you win those 2-3 hours or whatever it may be. Thanks, Ross. Orange, but we ain't tripping. Yeah, my camera and my microphone, it's raining here and it got wet. I left it out. It got wet. You leave your doors and your windows open down here and it got, and I let it sit and I even blew it with my wife's hair dryer and all of that stuff just to, try to get inside the microphone and, blow out the water and things of that nature. I tried to do the same thing with the camera, but it's going to be blurry. It's going to be a lot of nature because I've been trying to make it work. So we're going to just do what we do. Yes. Yeah, but Herring, do that, brother. Let's try it for 2000. Keep me posted on how it's working for you. win your first 8 hours of the day. It makes your next day a little bit easier. Okay, it really does. I'm just a creature of nature. I tend to do the same thing every day. I tend to have the same patterns every day. So that discipline works for a person like, they're a little bit more, um, they're a little bit more reckless, if I should say it, and without saying a bad word. Reckless don't necessarily have to be in a bad phrase all the time. It's doing things without a lot of thought behind it. Sometimes people just use that, stuntman might be reckless. That don't mean it's bad. It's just he has a job he has to do. He don't have much time to think about it, and it might be reckless. But I don't quite live my life like that. I'm structured, and in that structure, I allow myself some time in each day to be able to compete with myself, and that's why I say win 8 hours, win your first 8 hours every day. I think Fame says, hi guys. Shark, Fame, you got to get that thesaurus out, bro. He says, shout, show. I need a better word than shout. I need you to come up with another word for us. I've learned as an old, and it took me some time, and I'd like to share it. I think I've learned to not be in competition with other men or other women. I think my biggest competitor in life is myself. And I think that allows me to stay away from excuses. It allows me to stay away. It gives me self accountability whenever I challenge myself. If I fail, I always ask myself, well, why did I fail? I never try to incorporate anyone else, and why I didn't do it or win is because he or she over there didn't allow me in a position to, they didn't want to help me. They didn't. So I always tend to find myself battling myself. So if I don't think there's only one option at I don't think there's one to the path of anything. I think there's multiple ways that you can get where you're going or do what you're trying to do. So the excuse of I didn't do it or I couldn't get there because of that one particular reason, I challenge myself from stuff like that. Now I know there's a lot of people that may just, they may look at that as being, whatever excuse they may want to use or whatever they say about the way I do my thing, they may not agree with that. But hey, for each his own, like they tell us, for each his own. Um, I got something that I want to talk about. I don't know if I should say. Okay, Fame. Okay, bro. Enough. He's putting all these comments in the damn section because I asked him to give me some new words for a short show. And the hood words better, Fame. I retract my statement to you, and I will allow. I actually like the shout versus all these other abbreviations and hashtag abbreviation. Like I said, I'm sorry about the camera today. I'm gonna try to get that fixed by sitting it in. I don't know. I'll sit it out in the sun if the sun ever pop out today. It's gonna be raining down here today, but I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about my weather condition problems. Davis Denise, good afternoon. I see the comments. I know what's going on. Listen, sister, you have to understand, they called Dave's crazy. Should I say anything else? Every time you think outside of certain things, you will always be considered crazy. You will always be considered, whatever conspiracy coonish and all that old stuff. You'll always be called something derogatory, and that's just a defense mechanism. It's like this, if I may, and I'm sure some people will appreciate this comment. And I don't mean to attack. I don't mean to throw stones. I generally throw spears and watch them land, and then they hit the target. So I don't throw rock. If I say something, I stand on it. But what I don't like to see people do is I don't like to see people have a problem with you. Not just you, Davis Denise. I'm talking about any of us, especially myself. I don't like when people have a problem with you. And instead of expressing the problem and having a sit down or having a discussion with you, they have to go to the sixth grade lunchroom table and they have to go get the like minded thinkers. And they have to build their alliances and make you out the bad guy to build their courage up. See, they need background singers and background dancers in order to make their point. They can't necessarily stand on their circle without a crowd, without people they've already pretty much, you know what I'm saying? That's if y'all been here a long time, you know what lunchroom table is. The new kid come in school and everybody want to sit at the sixth grade, lunchroom table and build up all these alliances, and then one person go over and they tend to talk bad about the new kid, don't know nothing about him. Look at his shoes, look at his pants, look at her shirt. And that's what they do. They have to have like-minded people on their side to feel comfortable at what they think and what they say. Most of them can't stand on it on their own. So I don't really let people like that bother me because I know what their strengths are, but they display their weaknesses more than their strengths. Here's another, if I may add this. It's probably too early for me to say this, but like I said, it's a shout. Generally, a lot of people don't, they will respect you for your opinion, but they can't wait to tear you down about it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. They'll tear you down to make themselves, the star, be the smart guy, the smart girl. And I think that's been one of the problems that we've had. And that is, instead of resolution, having a problem to resolutions, we're always trying to figure out who's the smartest person about the problem. Who could say what the problem is and the solution is? Who can just say what the problem and what the solution is? Who can sound the best saying it? But they don't put any action towards solving the problem. It's like this, folks. Y'all know I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm a Cincinnati Bengal, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. But I'm going to use this analogy because there's a ton of Cowboy fans across this country. I mean, a ton. I lived in Oklahoma, and it was so many Cowboy fans when I lived in Oklahoma, I couldn't believe it. They don't have a pro football team, so, they get to pick and choose who they want. And I look at it like this. Damn it, I'm a great quarterback in the NFL, especially for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a great quarterback for them on Monday morning. I could sit back and criticize Zach. I could sit back and criticize the play calling. I could sit back and I could criticize why the ball over there, why the defense didn't do this, and why this and this and that. As a fan, you have every right to do that. But to become critical of somebody and criticize them and start calling them names they do for a living and the decisions that they make, let's just be honest. I'm a great Monday morning quarterback. After the play didn't happen, I can always tell you why they shouldn't have done that. But see, let me be honest and tell you, I've never coached a little league football team. I've never coached a junior high football team. I've never coached a high school football team, a college football team, and sure in the hell have never coached a pro football team. But I'm going to tell a pro football coach how he should do his job. And I'm going to bring all my allies, the people that I gathered at the sixth grade lunchroom table. And I'm going to make us all hate this individual. So I'll feel better about the position that I take on him, the criticism that I lay on him. That's me. That's weak to me. It shows you in an individual when they need allies to come down on you. They got to convince everybody else how you are So now they can feel good about trying to make you feel bad. Wow. Or wrong or whatever. Welcome of never getting anything done. But I'll stand on what I say about this. If we lived in a world of challenges like we used to back in the olden days, in the Roman days, when men said what they said and stuck on what they had to stick on, and they went to the bring the receipts out days, go to the Colosseums, I'd put my record up. Body in the city that talked the shit, that dissect everything that everybody else doing. The Monday morning quarterbacks, I'll put my record up of what I've done for my community against theirs, because my talk about it don't match my action. My action oversees it. It's way past anything I've ever said. So I thought for us to open a lot of the situations we have is a lot of people don't really want to be on the same page because, they can't be who they want to be if everybody agrees. If everybody agreed, think of how many people wouldn't make money if Democrats and Republicans weren't at it about topics. If they weren't fighting and fussing, and I don't want to get into politics, but I'm just being honest. If Democrats agreed, imagine how many people wouldn't have a job. Imagine what conversations would be like if they all agreed. Just imagine. Oh, y'all think I'm talking about Wyatt or Davis Denis? I'm not talking about her, so say. She's actually a victim of what I'm talking about. So I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, I know y'all guys, some of y'all brothers got some problems with that sister. I don't have any problems with her. She don't say everything that I agree with. She say a lot of stuff that I do agree with. But see, here's the difference. I don't call names. I don't shoot shots at people. I just talk about what we talk about. And if somebody says something and I feel like it's wrong, I'm not going to call them a name. I know I invented the thing, but that's just people acting on how they do it. I think the 6th grade lunchroom situation is a chaos agent person. I think some people can't be who they are without other people. So I call them agents. Davis Denise says, who been calling me names? Sis, they all call you names. You got to be playing when you say that, because I hear you think you got blocked. I know. I'm just having a good time about it. I heard Ross is cracking up. All right, listen. I heard something. No, you're not blocked over here. I thought wait, let me get something clear, because I might be messing up here. And I'm first to tell you I could be wrong here. Let me ask the question. Davis Denise, are you Marquetta? Marquetta, are you the same thing who called the radio station and talked to Mr. Ware? Oh, she says not over here, over there. Okay, well, okay, I'm talking to the same person here. So now let me just, then you know what I'm talking about, sis. They don't like when you on hold. You about to say some shit that they avoid talking about all year. They put, go to line 4. Marquetta on line 4. Shit. Caller number 5. I'm just saying. Don't nobody want to talk to no sister like Marquetta. She read too much. Y'all laugh at situations, but let me ask y'all something. Ask Marquetta if it's reasonable for a kid that Cat Williams was describing himself to be to read 3,000 books in a year. Ask a lady, a sister like Marquetta or Davis Denise, is that possible? She ain't gonna laugh. Now, I don't know. I could be wrong. She might be like, shit, he can't do that. But I don't think that sister would do that, because I bet you she read more books than she watched television. I bet you that. Now, Davis Denise, go ahead and embarrass me and say, no, you wrong, Wyatt. I watch Housewives of New York and all that shit over books every day. I don't even read that much. I just be guessing at the shit I talk about. I'm just saying, people who read tend to read more books than they watch television, right? People that are advocate readers. I have two daughters that really don't watch a lot of television. They read. They read a lot. And it's kind of odd because I was never really, I stopped reading. I stopped reading a lot myself. By the age of 24, I didn't have time to read the things that I should have been reading because I was getting the life lesson of it. I used to read and things of that nature and how to, I used to read a lot of books structured upon Wall Street and the stock market and things of that nature. So I didn't really read a lot of novels and, non-fictional books. I just didn't get into it because my life it began to move a little faster by the age of 24. I was already thrown in the fire of running my own business and it get heavy right around 24. So I didn't have much time to read. Speaking of the stock market, let me say this to you guys real fast. Let me say this to you. It's still January, right? 2024. We just getting started. It's not too late to do this. What I'm gonna say is gonna not sound too good to some of my Christian folks. Matter of fact, this whole show may not sound good to my Christians. But I just want to say this to you. Been convinced, and you believe, and I don't have a problem with this. If you believe that tithing to a church 10% of your income, if you believe that that is the right thing to do for you and your spirituality and your religion, if you believe that, then you should also have the same belief to pay yourself of your income. Pay yourself in a savings account, a mutual funded account, 10% of your income. Don't think that if you work somewhere that your 401 is going to be enough. Between 401k and Social Security, if you even receive Social Security, you may not be opted into Social Security based on your job. Pay yourself 10%, 12% of your annual income on a yearly basis. Pay it to yourself. Now, I don't want to get this into a messy, sticky situation. You're making a spiritual investment by tithing 10%. So if you can invest in your religious beliefs, you should be able to invest on your earthly beliefs and yourself. Invest 10 to 12% in yourself. Even if it's not for you. Trying to be selfish. This is going to sound kind of selfish, but you have to take care of you first. Even if you want to put that 10 or 12% back to yourself, don't make it about you. Put that, I'm going to leave it at 10%. Leave that 10% for your children. We scream and holler about generational wealth and how people get rich in America, and we love to blame the government for not having programs and the rich keep getting richer. The biggest problem you have of not being rich is you don't know how to get rich. And that ain't nobody's problem. That's our fault. If it's too much technology out here for us not to be able to get the information. So the information is the key. That's cliche. We all know that. But you have to apply that information. Look, you can't blame the government for you not having no money if you have a job. And what I mean by money, I'm talking about set aside money, money to retire on, money to pass down to your children. We set the standards of our living, right? We set the standards. You have to sometimes cut back. What's more important to you? We have to step back and say, what's important to us? I don't have it now. I don't even think about my kids anymore. I'm thinking about my kids' kids that probably aren't going to be here for another 10, maybe 20 years. I've done what I'm supposed to do with my children. Now I have to make sure they understand what to do with their children. And I have to set things up for them to be able to set things up for them. Get it? We've gone generations of absence of information. We don't have to be that way. There's too many things at your job that you can go into your HR department right now and questions about. You just got to know to do it. It's easy to sit back and say, well, the Democrats ain't doing nothing for us. The Republicans ain't doing nothing for us. They ain't stopping you from getting information. Neither one of those parties. The one thing I hear all the time is the rich get richer. You ever ask yourself why? Why do the rich continuously get rich? Why? You know one of the reasons why? Because they know how. Just things. And I know some people can come in and rebuttal it. Well, they got rich because they got rich parents. Start the ball rolling. Why not you? Is it too, do I sound ridiculous when I say, hey, I'm not ever going to be rich, but that don't mean my kids can't be rich? This is ridiculous to say I ain't going to never be rich, but my grandkids can be rich one day. I'm going to start the ball on that. I'm just asking. Because we don't have a problem telling you why we not rich. We don't have a problem saying why we not getting rich and what's stopping them from. We got more excuse. We got a whole bunch of reasons why. But how many of us are actually saying, you know what? I don't really understand why. I don't understand. Hold on, I just got thrown off. My camera's messing up. My cousin Angie just came in. That's my cousin Angie. Our moms died pretty much the same week. That's my aunt Stell, her daughter. And dang, Angie, you didn't throw me off because, I was just thinking about you, cuz I just texted you. Was that yesterday we were texting or the day before? But she said this. She said, real Christians know that tithing is being obedient. Obedience to God is the best investment you can make for yourself and your kids. I agree with that. But there's a lot of people that don't understand what tithing is, cuz. A lot of people don't understand. Now, people that do it, they understand maybe. Not all of them probably do, but let's be honest. The ones that don't go to church and don't tithe and be talking about, and I've already made this comment, I have no problem giving church money. I have no problem. I have no problem making sure that preachers and pastors get paid. They do a job. I never criticized it in my life. When we sit back and we talk about them getting that committed money from your income, why can't you commit that same type of commitment to yourself? I mean, it takes a level of discipline, but the track to becoming self-sufficient requires a lot of discipline. The discipline that you have of giving, the discipline that you have for tithing comes from a spiritual aspect. It's obedience, right? It's a level of, I would think that it makes you feel like, okay, I owe this to God. I owe this to God. That's a level of discipline. To me, in my opinion. And all I'm asking for some people who have a problem talking about money all the time and talking about why certain people don't have certain things and I think we have a disconnect. I think we have a disconnect. And I think people blame, I think people put politics ahead of things that really should be focused on first. That's just my opinion. I think that if we stop concentrating so much on politics, because I don't think any politics leads to riches for the individual. I think politicians get rich. I don't know too many of them who go from the city level to the state level and then go to the federal level that don't end up becoming. Do the people that put them in office become millionaires? Probably to some extent, but not the people who vote for them. So if you got a local politician that gets 200,000 votes, political position, what's the chances of those 200,000 people benefiting economically because of their vote for that one individual. It's very unlikely. They might get a few things like a slice of the cake. They might get a few little things. They might get a lick of the icing of the cake. They might even get some crumbs, get a bigger slice of the cake. But I've never wanted a slice. I've never wanted icing, crumbs. I've never wanted that. All I've ever wanted in life was the damn recipe to the cake. I'll slice my own pieces and share them and give them away to the people that I think are supposed to have them. Stop giving us pieces and stop being okay pieces of the pie, pieces of the cake. When you going to start asking for the recipe? The recipe is the knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, then you'll know. Stop using the knowledge to see it for what. Yesterday, Fame Rosting, my brother's still here. You know, I ain't gonna disrespect nobody. That's my dude. We cool. But he called me a pessimist yesterday. He called me a pessimist because I was being somewhat, in his eyes, negative to what they call a solution to the public school system. Pay kids to go to school. You're not paying children to go to school. You're paying the parent to parent the kid to get his ass or get her ass up to go to school. You just don't see it that way because politicians nor anybody in the realms of getting votes for their positions or needing public perception, the way people feel about you, they're never going to say something negative towards. They're never going to say anything about those people. So they have to always use all these trick and hidden mirrors. We're going to pay the students to go to school. We're going to pay a kindergartner to go to school. Fame Rothstein called me a pessimist because I challenged the fact, not that I said I disagree with it, not that I say it wasn't enough money, not that I said anything. He turned it into something negative he turned my perspective or my opinion. He called that me being pessimist is somebody that thinks negative or thinks the worst of everything. I doubt that people are over here on Wyatt Live listening to me because I think the worst of everything. I doubt them. I could be wrong. Say pay kids to go to school. You're not really, so $50 to a kindergartner means what to that kindergartner? Ice cream, a sweater, a t-shirt, pair of tennis shoes. I don't know what kind of tennis shoes you're going to get. But I'm just saying, so those things that I just mentioned, I think that benefits a parent more so than the kid. It means the parent don't have to come up out of that pocket for a necessity for their child. Now, let me say this to you, how I will say this could work, but your parent still has to be in this kid's mind mentally and still has to have an appreciation for education. If not, this is going to fail. But if you were to put that $50 a month into a trust, beginning at kindergarten and riding it the 13 or 14 years that this individual is going to be in school, and when they graduate, they have college money available, they have money to start a business or whatever they want to do. If you can show me a plan like that, damn it, I'll co-sign it, advertise it. I might even help donate some money to a plan like that. No, it's got to be set up and say a lot of stuff to make you fall in love with words. They don't make you fall in love with action. They make you fall in love with words. And then keep in mind, they have an opposition. So when the shit don't work out, they always have somebody to blame when it don't work out, when they can't accomplish what they promised you. Both sides do it. So why don't you put that $50? This is what I tell when I was just talking about putting 10% of your income, that might be a lot for some folks. I don't know, to put aside. I say do $100 a month. If you do $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year in 18 years. Now, this is an interest-bearing account that you're putting $1,200 a year in. What are you going to get? 3, 4, maybe 5% if the economy is right? You're getting 4% on your money? What else you going to do with it? Have fun with it, right? Yeah, it's just have fun with it then. But if all you're trying to do is have fun with your money, if that's all you're trying to do, don't complain when you don't have none. Don't complain when it's gone. But if you want your money to make money, there's plenty of ways of knowing how to do that. Stop complaining that the rich get richer. They get rich because they know how. Go to the phone lines real fast. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What's good? It's Sean.
ATL in the building. What's up, Sean?
Oh, not much. Happy New Year to you.
You, brother. How's the wife?
Oh, the wife is fine. She's downstairs on some kind of business call. So
Okay.
I'm free.
Okay. Let me just say this to you, brother. Happy New Year, but I gotta get on you real fast for a second, okay?
Go ahead.
I gotta get you. It's the new year. It's 2000. Let me take a sip before I say this. I'm on my Cat Williams. Listen, brother. Listen. It's 2024, and I have not seen you and the wife on the workout video, man. What's up with that?
Okay. One.
Post your workouts, brother. I've been keeping up.
We
You about to make up a lie. Don't do
no.
that.
We got hit with COVID 1 week. Man,
Oh, really?
So
Dang.
we was out. Yeah, we was down for the kids into it. So we actually went on Tuesday, and we're gonna probably hit it again, and then. But we back on it. We are definitely back on it.
Maybe post a couple of them videos, okay, brother, so I can make sure y'all good. All right. I just want to see.
Hey, thank you for the accountability.
There you go, brother. Because look, I'm probably gonna try to start that this year too. I try to post a few pictures. People get mad at me when I post my pictures, but if I really showed them with me doing a workout, they really be mad at me if they had to see all this old fresh ass, cut up ass young man body that I'm working with over here. I really make them mad. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But what's on your mind, Sean? I just wanted to.
Okay,
play.
You were talking about that so-called incentive for the kids to go to school.
Yes.
For a 10. I hate to say it, and I'll probably get some blowback on it, but
okay.
That's just another government hand people do something they're supposed to be doing.
I agree. But did you watch the video that I played yesterday? Did you watch the show yesterday?
I did. I caught. And which video was it?
It was the video. It's actually a local Cincinnati news, Channel 5, I think it was. I could play it again, and I'll try to play it again. I wasn't gonna really, but so I don't have it queued up, but I don't mind talking about it. But because I brought it up, but it's in that video. One of the administrators, it might have been one of the politicians, but I think it was the administrator who said, "We've tried everything else and nothing seems to be working." Because they have a 43% truancy. I think it's gone down to like 35%. At one point in 2023, I believe the truancy level was 43 point something percentile in the public school system in Cincinnati, and it went down to like 35 something, 35 point something. Okay, I probably should know that, but I don't know off the top of my head. That's pretty high. All right, that's pretty high. And I think what they're saying is, and they kind of admitted to it, they said, well, we've tried other things, but nothing seems to be working. So why not try this? I kind of have to agree with that.
Yeah, but it can lead in now. It can lead into other things because then it can lead into we're gonna pay for the kids to get good grades. That step.
That's
and
possible.
they should want to. I understand, I understand the incentive, but I'm not necessarily in agreement.
You think it'll lead? You don't agree with it because you think it'll lead to different problems.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it would lead to some other problems. What problems I don't know, but I'm just not agreeing to that because if you don't love your kids and you don't want them to do better than you, because every generation should always want their kids to do better than it, to prosper more than they have.
I agree.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
don't have that mindset. Some
I,
people, you know, I'll be honest with you, brother. This is gonna sound kind of crazy, Sean. I don't know if you agree or disagree with me on this, but this is reasons why I tell people you better start having babies by people who love you and you love them because that's how you're gonna treat your kid. I mean,
exactly.
until you had a baby by, the more love y'all gonna show that child together. And it's nothing worse than only one parent loving a kid. I come from that experience. To be loved by my mother, I don't think my mother could have loved me any more than she did. But there still
Right.
was a void in my life of not being loved by a father.
Hmm. That is true. My father was in my life. He was in the household, but he didn't show it. He didn't say he loved me. I can only assume the way he felt like was, look, there was a roof over your head and food in the refrigerator,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I didn't have to want a whole lot, but it's and he did take, if I had a baseball game or a football game, he was there present and he took me to practices. But as far as having the physical touch or the verb or hearing it, I didn't get that.
No, I understand. People show love differently, though, Sean.
Right,
So
right.
I understand what you're saying. We're not a monolith, so everybody tends to do the same thing but do it different. You know what I mean? His way of showing love could have been just being in the home and providing for his family. That might have been what his strengths were. Like that's maybe his dad didn't show him. You know what I'm saying? Love the
Yeah.
way you needed to see it. You see what I'm saying? So that's
Hmm.
kind of how I've learned to accept things. To be honest with you, bro, that's why I'm not critical. I'm not I understand what, but okay, so you don't agree with them paying the students to go to school
Nope, don't agree with that at all.
because it could lead to other things. That's what you say.
I think it can lead to other things, and besides, the parents should want to make sure that the child is in school. Period, no matter what. That's
Well,
where they're supposed to be, and so that the parents supposed to be there to make sure you lead them off to it.
Well, yeah, okay. I kind of agree with you in a sense. And the reason being is because yeah, you're right. It could lead to other things, and those things we don't quite know what it is yet. In grades, giving them money for an A or a B or stuff like that, like our parents used to do us. Because some parents and grandparents would give kids, $1 for an A or whatever. You know what I mean? They would compensate them for their grades. And but what I will say is this: have you thought of this like this though, Sean? We're looking for accountability in parents when it comes down to these school situations, right? The attendance and them showing up and doing what they're supposed to do in school. What's your thought on them paying the students? Do you really think the money is for the student or do you think it's for the parent to be
That
parenting?
money, that money straight for the parents.
Okay, so we agree there. Now, Fame
Hmm.
called me a pessimist yesterday. He called me a name yesterday
I
because
heard him.
okay, he's saying that I'm thinking negative on the situation, and I don't see it. I guess a certain mindset could see anything that's objective to be a negative, approach about something. I don't see it to be negative. I just see it as being. Um, I think they're trying to buy the parent to be a parent.
Right.
That's just what I think.
Exactly. And I didn't think you're not being pessimistic. You just not being a you. I don't want to say you're not being a fool to it.
I mean,
You're not letting the wool being pulled over your eyes.
right.
It's
Even if
just not a good idea.
even hey Sean, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. I just think it needs to be structured properly. I don't have a problem paying a kid to go to school if it's going to benefit them later on in life. If you put see, here's the thing. The reason why my plan won't work, it's not set away. They're not trying to pay the student to go to school. So my philosophy, my plan wouldn't work. And that is put it in a trust. So when they 18 and they graduate from school, that they have $10,000 or 15 or $20,000 sitting there. They're never going to do that because that's not what it's about. The incentive is not giving the kid the money to go to school. The incentive is giving the money to the parent, so the parent will make sure that the kid will go to school, so the attendance numbers will look right for the school district. That's what it's for.
Right. And when you said about putting it in a trust and then down the road they have some money, they can use it for school. And it don't necessarily have to be a 4-year
No,
academic. It can be for a trade school.
absolutely.
There are a lot of trades out here. They are really boosting. They're really talking about trying to get kids, if they don't want to go to college, to get into a trade and become an electrician, a plumber.
Sure.
Maybe they really are trying to promote that, because they know what's about to happen in the future, is that is what's going to be needed.
Yeah. Can I give you a quick little, you got a couple seconds so I can give you a short little plan? Let me give you a short little plan of how it could be. Davis Denise just said that's what the baby bond's supposed to be. I understand what the baby bond is as well. Why don't they have a collaboration of the baby bond and this paying the school thing? Imagine this. Imagine if you really wanted the school system to actually work. Maybe something like this would work. If you put in, what is that when we used to have the trades in the school in high school? What did we call that back in the day? Taft had it in carpentry. It was, what did they called it? I forgot exactly what it was. We had it because I was in the
Withrow had it. I hang out of Withrow in the early '80s, and I know they had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Vincent Jones, thanks, bro. Vincent said it was vocational. Okay, it was vocational school. I was in the print shop where we did, where you do printing and stuff on paper and that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know exactly what it's called these days, but they had wood class, they had carpentry, they had a whole bunch of things. They even had cosmetology. Now, imagine this, Sean D. Nutter. Imagine this, Davis Denise. Imagine this, Wyatt Live World. Imagine this, family. Imagine if they started this thing of paying these kids to go to school of whatever it is per month at a kindergarten level. And when these kids graduate, and now you got to understand, add vocational schooling back into the programming. Okay. So now you have auto mechanics, you have, and I'll be specific. Okay. So imagine a little girl in the kindergarten who inspires later on in life during her high school times that she wants to go to school to be a hairdresser, like a lot of young ladies do. They end up getting a cosmetology license for cosmetology to people. There was boys and girls in that class. Imagine a young lady in the grade, and you take vocational cosmetology, graduate the 12th grade. You'll have your cosmetology license, and you will also have $10,000 sitting there for you to be able to start your own business. Can you imagine? That would absolutely be an ideal plan. And the reason why I say it, what if you're a mechanic? You might not be able to, you might have $10,000 to start with. Go get you some experience and start up your own shop because you got a $10,000 head start. You see what I'm saying?
And especially if you're a mechanic, and once you get that, you get is an ASC.
Yeah, that's certification. Absolutely.
Once you become a mobile mechanic, bam.
Well, you would be able to do that because $10,000. You know what I mean? You can get a lot of tools.
Overhead, and then you can eventually get your own shop.
Yeah. I mean, what if you go to high school and you get your heating and air conditioning license? And when you get out, you become an independent contractor. You got $10,000 to start with. See, I don't hear those type of plans. All I hear is a bunch of plans to get shot down, and then when we shoot them down, it becomes a political situation. Mm-hmm. It becomes a situation where people start going at it politically, and well, the Democrats ain't doing it right. The Republicans gonna shoot it down, and it becomes a D and a R argument. And there's never I always think those are used to be excuses for what really needs to happen.
No, those are good. Another one is those that want to become a cook and they get their culinary degree.
They had that.
They can also go ahead and use that same money that we were talking about and get a food truck.
Absolutely. I mean, I just
start off like that.
So, Sean, I think you might be thinking a little bit different as far as paying these kids to go to school, because if it's going to the right spot, I don't want $50 a month going to a kindergartner so mama or daddy can pay their cell phone bill every month. That to
Right.
me, that's just, that's once I just think that they're incentivizing parents to be parents and paying a bill for them to do it. And that's just how I see it. But if you are putting $50 a month or whatever it is, $100 a month into a trust for a kid, and when they graduate, they know they have something coming, that's a different situation to me.
Yes, that's totally different. Then I would be in agreement.
Okay, well, that makes sense. See how when we disagree and then we can find a medium, we can find
Yes.
somewhere to see. That's the way you talk things out. I ain't gonna sit back and say you crazy as hell, bro. See, there you go, being coon, thinking that the conspiracy of the school system is always trying to hold somebody back. That's half us black folks. See, what's the point in talking like that? You'll never get anything done.
Well, just did was brainstorm.
Yep.
And that's what my wife and her sister good at. That's why whenever they get together, I go in another room and let them brainstorm.
I agree.
Because that's what they do. But thank you, brother. I just want to call you and tell you, Happy New Year. It's good hearing and seeing you back.
Thank you.
Sorry for the loss and everything.
Thank you, brother.
Your family members.
Appreciate you.
And we all love you, bro. So you
love you too. Thank you.
Day.
Thank you. Hey, Sean, if I don't see a post, don't call me till you post another video of you and the wife. Don't call. If I don't see a video posted, I'm blocking the call. I ain't taking the call till I see you and the missus out there hitting that damn gym. All right?
All right. Sounds
all right,
good.
Fam. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later,
all right,
fam.
brother.
Bye.
Thanks. Sean D. Nutter is blocked until I see a video of him and the wife at the gym throwing that heavy ball with each other and participating like the king and the queen that they are, working out together, sweating together. Put it out there so we can see it. Start the new year off right, brother. Start it out right. I appreciate that. Let's go back to the phone lines real fast. I'm on a short clock today, but let's go to the phone lines real fast. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's Michael. Michael Snackson. How are you?
Hey, Michael Snackson. How you doing today?
Outstanding.
Good. What's on your mind?
I don't appreciate you and your homie jumping me like that on the day after.
Anybody talk about Michael Snackson?
Yeah. Well, you talked about Fame.
Oh, that's you? That's you, Fame? That's Fame? Oh, okay. Fame is on the line, y'all, and he felt like he got jumped. How did we jump you, Fame? Fame, what did we say?
Yeah, you bring it up to old shit. That was yesterday.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you went home and thought about it, it was like, no, Fame had a point. I gotta let him know that he didn't.
Oh, that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
You called me pessimistic and all that stuff.
But you did.
I think you're taking a pessimistic view of it. I'm looking at it from the aspect of anything to motivate the children. If they blow the money, it ain't gonna be no different than what half the parents do anyway with the child support. Blow it. It's what they want to do. You ain't sitting on child support.
What about child support?
You want the money to go straight to the person so they can do what they want to do with it. Why can't they do with the school money? It's all gonna come from the same.
Let me ask you something, brother. You trying to make a point? You probably got some valid points, but I just want to know why you so damn argumentative about your points. Why are you so aggressive? No, I'm just saying why your points.
Just let it go till yesterday.
I'm just saying why are you trying to make a point and why it got to be so aggressive? Why it got to be so damn argumentative? If you say something that's so real, don't it sound better coming off smooth versus trying to argue this shit?
This is smooth. I'm gonna get you.
Okay, well go ahead, keep on.
The name's Snackson.
Go ahead, cat. Go ahead, cat daddy. Smooth body, cat daddy. Go ahead with your smooth ass. Go ahead.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Anything to motivate the child. I don't care what happened 40, 50 years ago when you was a dyke. We're talking about today.
Okay, so what does child support have to do with it?
Hold on. These kids sit there, go to school, come home. They mama and her man, they still home. Somehow they got a place to stay, but nobody ever, no adult ever leaves the house.
Boy, if y'all don't see,
that ain't motivating children.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something right now. As much as I hate to agree with Fame, I don't hate agreeing with him, but I hate him attacking me, and then I have to say, damn, you right. He's not right
You
about what he
attacked
said,
me.
but
You attacked
wait a
me.
minute, hold on,
Yeah,
brother.
he
You gonna
called me
let
a
are you gonna
pessimistic.
you did call me
You,
pessimistic because of
your
my
man
views.
called in. Y'all been there. I was
Your
chilling.
name was in the air before he even thought to call in. I promise you. I was already saying something about what we were talking about yesterday, and I brought you up because I had to let everybody look. I don't have a problem with people that disagree with me, so I brought you up just to let you know I disagree with your take of how I feel about things. I actually agree to a certain extent of I just don't agree at the approach. I don't agree at how they're trying to do it, and I don't see a finish line to it when you do it that way. I don't see any other point of doing it other than to pay the parent to be a parent. You don't quite see it that way. I see it that they're trying to pay a parent to be a parent. They're not trying to enrich the child's future because a kid go to school and have to be there don't mean they want to be there. If a kid's sitting in the classroom because a parent making them, you have to install wanting to a kid. A lot of kids go to there, them the ones that skip school. They don't have an incentive to be there because their parents aren't incentivizing school.
Again, as long as they're at school, the school did its part. We got you here. Now you make the most what's here while you're here. That's up to you. You know,
Right.
if the parent don't invest it into you, doesn't put it into you, that's on them.
Fame, let me add education. I need an honest answer. And I know you're going to give me an honest answer. But let me just ask you to look at it this way. What is the number one problem of schools across this country when we talking about public school? What's the biggest complaint? What's the common denominator of public schools in the country of the United States right now? What do all of them have a problem with?
Generational apathy.
Well, wait.
They don't need to like the hell with the school.
Okay.
What's it gonna do for me?
And you might be right about that, okay? But that's not the answer I was looking for. It don't mean you're wrong. But what I was looking at,
subjective, okay.
Okay, what I'm saying to you is this. The number one thing you hear public schools complain about right now, and I'm talking about the administrations, is truancy. Because the kids have no value of school. They don't see the value. Who is into the kids? Where does that start?
That starts at elementary, where kindergarten.
It starts in kindergarten.
They're trying to give you money to get started.
It starts in kindergarten.
I said or before.
Well, yeah, it starts well before kindergarten. It's like the daycare.
Is where you learn you got to deal with other people as well.
Let me explain something to you, Fame. I know a couple ladies and guys who own daycare companies. Some of the story, and I know you the wrong one I'm saying this to because you're going to blame the daycare worker for them dealing with badass kids that the parent is handing to the daycare worker. Do you know how hard it is for a daycare worker to discipline a kid that don't get disciplined at home? You know how many daycare workers get in trouble?
It's very simple. It's very simple. Warning to the parents, your son don't act up. Your son don't know how to behave. Second warning. Third one, he's out.
And it happens all the time, brother, but they go to another one. That happens all day long in this. Wait a minute, hold on, Fame. Do you know that happens on a very consistent basis? Do you know that these kids are being kicked out of daycare centers? I got a little cousin who got a baby, and he didn't been kicked out of 3 daycares in 1 year, and the year wasn't even over yet. He was in 3 daycares. What do you think the problem is? Somebody
after you don't get kicked out of one, if the parent don't realize they need to make some changes in their parenting, that's on them. That ain't got nothing to do with what a school district trying to do. Again, all it is an extension of welfare and your property taxes.
What are you talking about? The $50?
Paying the kids the $50 a month.
I agree. I agree. I agree with that. I'm sure a lot of us.
Okay, let me say this. You go to school for 10 months a year. That's $500 a year that they gave you. Over the course of a school year, assuming you don't get retained, stick or nothing like that, it'll be $6,500 in 13 years. If $6,500 over 13 years is going to make kid was in a bad spot to begin with.
I
The
agree,
state should have got
Fame.
him out of there.
I agree, but we're not talking about. That's why the overall picture makes no sense doing it the way they're doing it. It doesn't equal up to anything because you don't even know if the $6,500 is going to be there based on the numbers, the math that you just did. It's not. It may not be there at the end because they have to keep a 90% attendance. I'm telling you, brother, if you don't see this for what it really is, this is not for the kid to get $50. This is for the parent to get $50 and to incentivize the parent to be a parent. That's what it is. It has to be. It's not enough substance behind it to make sense. It just don't make sense to me. It's clearly the politicians or whoever's running this shit. They're trying, and you were in education. The denominator in public schools across this country is attendance. The lack of attendance. They're trying to get those numbers down. The news clip I played yesterday clearly said it. They said, look, the biggest problem we have in school is the attendance. We can't teach them if they're not here. Well, let me tell you something, Fame. You can't teach a kid that's sitting there that don't want to be there. You can't teach that kid. He might as well not be there.
Those kids that you refer to, the ones who don't show up, or the ones who show up and are basically absent without leaving, are those kids are essentially what I mean about generational apathy. They could care less.
It's
Our
just
job is
too
to
many
get you
of
here.
them right
Once
now,
we get
Fame.
you here, it's up to you.
It's
Make the most of it.
I get you, brother. You're not wrong about that. But what I'm trying to tell you is when you have a third of your students out of not showing up for school due to and they're truant, a third is a heavy number. That shows you it's not the school's problem. It's not that they're not coming to school. You have parents that have no business with kids that are not looking out for their kids' best interests. And I think what's happening here is that money is to incentivize people to get off their ass and get their kids in school. I don't know a kid that don't want to go to school, Fame, who think $50 a month is now going to make him sit in 3, 5, 6 bells a day. I don't think that's ever going to happen. So this is. Go ahead, bro.
Here's what I see. Since this is a short show, let me wrap this up.
Okay.
You're looking at, this is why I say pessimistic. I'm looking at it from the aspect of they're getting the kids there, they're trying their best, and maybe a kid will be, find some type of motivation out of getting $50 a month, knowing, to the household at worst that they. You're looking at it from the point as these parents ain't shit, no way. Even though that's not what you're saying, that's what I'm hearing from your reasoning. Okay, now you're either gonna have to change the reasoning, or just accept the fact that we're just gonna have to be agree to disagree on it.
Well, but Fame, wait a minute. It's weird.
The second day,
hold on, bro.
Trying to make it like I'm wrong.
No, I think we have a common ground here because I don't understand why you being so out hearing me and you just listening with, you got a guy that's you and your brother, y'all got a lot in common, man. You and Drop got a lot in common. Y'all listen with your mouth and not with your ears. You just
the insult. What was that for? I heard you loud and clear.
No, you're not listening
and
because
I disagree.
How do
That's
you?
all, man.
I'm not saying that you can't disagree with me, but what I don't understand is this, Fame. Allow me to make this point. I don't understand how you could sit here and say that I'm coming at this like I'm saying that kids' parents ain't shit, when in fact it's described in a very raw kind of way of these parents at home ain't shit. They come home, the kids' mama don't care, the man that's don't care, they don't know. You described some. I said
that the kid could get motivated by getting money to the house. Anything to knowing that you complete your responsibilities, you'll get paid for it.
Fame.
And that makes a kid that installs work ethic in a kid starting as far as 5, 6, starting as early as 5, 6 years old.
I agree with you, but let me explain to you where we off. Here's the disconnect. I guarantee you those same kids that we're describing right now are not at home getting allowances for cleaning up the home. The kids that are truant,
maybe there's no money for an allowance.
I got you. See what I'm saying? It's about money to the parent. It's not about money to the kid. It's how do we get these parents to be more kids in school. Because once we get them here, we stand a chance of converting them, making school interesting, or something of that nature. I understand and I appreciate the attempt. But what I'm not going to let somebody do is convince me that you're doing this because the money is to incentivize the kid to come to school. No, you're incentivizing the parent, and it kind of insults my intelligence that you won't say it that way. Not you, but the people won't say it that way. They'll say that they're incentivizing the kid to come to school. No, technically, they're trying to put it in the kid's name, but they're trying to they're trying to pay a parent to make sure their kid come to school. That's what it is, bro.
No, I see it as a condom.
Oh
a prophylactic.
My gosh, jeez, oh crap. Ugh. Okay.
Because
I'm
listen,
scared to hear why you call it a condom.
If you are responsible, you'll get money. You'll be taken care of. If you're responsible, not responsible, you need the state to take care of you and get welfare. This is an extension of welfare. That's all it is, man. It's nothing major. $500 per kid. Most other than big cities, Cincinnati, Columbus, I'm talking about big cities across the country, your Chicago's and whatnot, but a place like Cincinnati, Columbus, where only got 30, 40,000 kids, you're talking about peanuts to the general budget per year. If every kid in the school district went to school every day, 170 days a year.
So you're talking about,
or made to 90%.
So let's do the math on that, just for the hell of it. You're talking what? You said $500 a kid per year?
Yes.
Okay.
10 months a year, $50 a year.
So $500 a year times
13 a year.
Wait a minute. Times 40 kids. I mean 40,000 kids, because that's the population of Cincinnati Public School. You do the math on that?
What is that? 2 million?
20.
Still 20 million. These school districts out of Cincinnati and
wait a minute.
Whatnot,
Stop saying these school districts. Stop saying these school districts. See, you starting to act like a certain type of group of people. See, what you don't understand is free don't mean free.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Correct.
Free means somebody else gonna pay for it. So out of that $20 million, and we talking about per year, $20 million a year. That was $500 times 40,000 per year. So who gonna pay $20 million a year, Fame? Where does that money come from?
The same people who pay the school districts now, the taxpayers, the property taxes.
There you go. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be a 1/4%?
Oh, okay.
Even
all right.
Maybe a quarter of a quarter.
So now we about to add another 20.
Anything that helps the school.
Okay.
If you don't like a public school in Ohio, you have options. You can bounce and get the F up out of
So now let me ask you, do you agree with that?
Go to a parochial school or something.
So Ohio with the school choice, you agree that because what is it, 13,000 for the Cincinnati public school per year? Isn't that what they allow?
Roundabout, let's see.
About 12,700. So let's round it to 13,000. So if they're getting 13,000, you agree that kid should, maybe if they don't want to go to that particular school, they should be able to get that 13,000 and use that voucher at a different school.
I've always been for pro choice as far as
did you know I felt that way?
I know how I know everything you talk about. I have a show 2 hours, 3 hours a day. I know.
You know what? I got a problem. Let me be honest with you, bro. I got a problem with you, Fame. You know why? Because I'm the only one. Yeah, I'm about to tell you, bro. I'm the only one that you challenge. You let everybody else say crazy shit and don't even say nothing. You don't challenge them. You don't hit them with the SAR. Wait, let me finish. Hold up. You don't hit them with the sources. You don't say. You don't come up. You don't challenge. You sometimes, and I don't know what it is. You even them. You be defending them over here, talking about I'm challenging them, so I must be disrespecting, and I'm disrespectful to people because I challenge them. Let me ask you something, Fame. Did you hear the comment today? I'm just curious, just for the hell of it. I got a couple minutes if you do. Did you hear the comment that they should head back into the high schools? Did you hear why they should bring driving back to the high schools?
I did not hear that. What did they say? Hold on, where was that at? Was that on this show?
It was on the radio.
Oh, that bullshit at 10 o'clock?
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I'm just gonna say this. Yeah. So listen, let's bring back driver's ed. You know why? Because all these car thefts that's going on out here, if they bring driver's ed back to the schools, these kids will stop wrecking cars. Steal them. What? What?
I hate to bring it up, but that's what Carpenter would say.
What?
That's something he would say.
Well, I ain't bringing.
People have flawed
I ain't
logic
never heard
all the
Daryl
time.
Carpenter say no shit like that, fame. I'm sorry. Nowhere near that type of shit.
You don't read his commentary enough. You don't read every comment he makes.
Well,
you know what I'm
maybe
saying?
so, bro.
And some people say people say dumb shit. Okay, that doesn't mean
I just need you to be a little bit more flexible in your flexing. That's all I'm asking you to do. You come over here, you want to call me names, and I appreciate it, brother. I think I'm probably the only one that can actually take it up. And E-Man can take it too. Some odd reason, you tend to want to show vocabulary over here. You tend to want to be critical on how I'm thinking about shit all the time. I'm trying to figure out why you do me like that, but yet you'll let certain comments slide. You won't tell people the truth about some shit, but you tend to be very comfortable letting me know how things should and why I'm elitist and all. Why you ain't got no problem telling other people how dumb they are?
I do.
No, you
don't. Here's the difference. I don't call the Lincoln Ware Show because, for several reasons, but mainly I'm not a part of that core audience, that civil rights. I don't want to deal with them people.
I understand
that. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but that's not them.
I listen to his show out of respect for an elder who's been putting, because I know how hard it is to break into media and broadcasting like that. So out of the trade in him, for him, I don't care if it is just local radio. He's been doing that.
I'm not.
I got respect.
I'm asking
respect for that.
I'm not asking you to attack the host. I just happen to be the host over here that I'm mentioning. But like my callers, you attack my people in the chat.
Do you say when they insulting me in their comments?
Yeah, I do bat for you, bro. But it's hard to bat for you when you say some crazy shit. It's hard to bat for you when you call fat black women and this and this and that, and then people come at your throat.
I ain't saying nothing about no black women.
Not today. Not today. Fame, don't move the
years
top.
Ago.
Fame, you just did it the other day. What are you talking about? Okay, who?
I ain't calling no woman fat. And
did the other day when we were talking. Yes, you did, brother. Don't you just? You must be on that IV
I
and
the
shit.
Woman with her, what type of rack? Did she have a
you
nice?
You said that
rack
yesterday. I heard that. Yeah, I seen that yesterday. But Fame,
that's not an insult.
I didn't say that was the insult. I said I heard you. I seen you write that in the comments yesterday. You brought that. I'm talking about some of the things. Listen, Fame. Some of the things that you listen, bro. Some of the things you say, Wyatt Live family here, or the people that write comments, bro. It be strong. It be at their throat. And now I'll even go to bat. Right. I had to go to bat for you a year ago when people was like, "Man, he gotta go." They wanted to kick you out of the Wyatt Live Messenger group because you was going too hard at them. I defended you. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. It got a little crazy. You was getting way out in left field with this shit. So I was like, Fame, come on, bro. You don't remember that?
I don't know what it has to, I remember that about 2 years ago.
I defended you.
I don't know what that has to do with not thinking of this as the parents saying about Jack.
Fame,
I don't know what it is that has to do with that. Your overall point.
Fame,
that's all I'm saying.
Fame,
sir.
You just described it yourself. You said it before. I didn't say that the parents ain't shit. I said that this is an incentive for the parents to do more parenting on getting their kids. Guess what? Fame, for 2.5 years, almost 3 years that I've been here, I've been saying it's not the school district's fault if the kids don't come to school. The parents have to be involved in these kids' lives and incentivize school and make them understand the importance of having an education. The school can't make a kid come. So what they have to do is they have to get the parent more involved. Here is their way of getting parents involved. I don't hate the idea. I just need it to be a little bit stronger. I need it to make more sense. I need it to probably, to be honest with you, Fame, be more money. But they got to figure out a way to stop this shit. Parenting stuff and supposed to be doing for their kids. They got to stop punishing the taxpayers what parents should be doing. We should not be feeding everybody's kids. We should not be feeding Ukraine. We should not be feeding all these different places, and we barely eating ourselves.
All that $50 a month it's essentially a different meal plan from a different supplier.
Don't see, this is what happens to people that don't understand round numbers. And when you start, listen, when you go buy a car, Fame, and this is not me moving the goalpost, it's just giving you an analogy of stop looking at small numbers. When you look at small numbers, if you go to a dealership, and you say, my car pays over $300 a month, they're going to say, okay, they're going to walk over somewhere and give you a car that's about $500, $600 a month. You're going to say, I can't afford that. They're going to make you understand that you can afford maybe not $600, maybe not $300, but you can afford $500 a month. You know how they're going to break that $500 a month down to you? They're going to say you can afford $125 a week. They're going to keep narrowing it down. They're going to say you can afford $125 a week. You can afford 30 cents. Or 30, you can afford, what is it, $37, what is it? I think it's something like $13 a day, $14. You can afford that. Who can't afford $13 a day to drive a nice car like this? And see, what happens, Fame, is if you keep minimizing the number by stretching out the time and the dates and stuff like that, before you know it, you done spent $60,000 on something. And before you know it, in this case, you're going to spend $20 million a year. And now you got to talk to the taxpayers and say, we need another $20 million out of a budget, or to add to a budget, to get it from somewhere, and it's got to come from the taxpayers. Now, you're not looking at the overall number, Fame. You're not looking, okay, you look $500.
You know, what you essentially done, if you go to the dealership and tell them, I can only afford $300 a week or $300 a month, and you let him coax you into $500 a month, you essentially took the prophylactic off.
Happens every day,
and let him blast in you, and now you're playing around with God.
I tell you what, Fame, if we took a poll right now of anybody that's bought a car in the last, let's say 10 years, if you bought a car and financed a car and you had a budget in mind and you knew what your budget was and you walked into a dealership, how many of you actually walked out at your budget price or beneath what you was wanting to pay?
Probably the same amount of people that's complaining about Ohio and its school funding that won't leave Ohio.
Say that again, Fame. You cut out on me. I'm sorry.
It's probably the same amount of people that who complain about Ohio's school funding issue, but won't leave Ohio. Can't leave Ohio.
Okay, well, maybe you have a
You
point there. I don't know.
Do.
Maybe
nobody
I don't know.
Made you take $200 over your budget to buy a car.
It happens all the time, though, bro. I mean, let's
be honest.
People,
there's a sucker born every minute. Yes, that's all you just said.
Well, let me just say this to you. I got to put this in proper perspective, because everybody that overextends a budget for something that's a necessity, such as a car, they may not be extending themselves for the reasons that you think, because they're a sucker. It might not be. It might be because they're not realistic in a car payment. Because they come in and say, I want to be at $200 a month. Well, what you want? A 10-speed? Because you're not going to be able to buy much of a car for $200 a month. You see what I'm saying? And then when they get in there, they start seeing that by the time they add insurance and certain things to it and extended warranties and stuff like that, they end up at $350 a month. They walked in at $200 a month and walk out at $350. You know, and it's not just because they were suckers. It's because they may not have had an idea. They may not have had a realistic idea of what it takes to get a car these days. They may not know.
Don't you also pay regular taxes in Florida for a house and a business or something?
I do.
How are those public schools paid or funded?
They're the same way.
Property taxes, and they get government funded. Okay.
Just like any other school, public school.
Your your residence in Ohio, Westchester is 20 minutes away from a state with no property taxes. Kentucky. They don't use their schools through they don't fund their public schools through property taxes like that.
I
You
understand.
can move there. Stay in Ohio and complain.
I don't complain about that. But let me just say this to you.
You complaining about it now.
No, I'm not. No.
Somebody's going to pay for it. Blah, blah, blah.
But
these
that's
parents
just
ain't
the
shit,
reality.
and subsidize these parents and all that other extra shit.
Fame, the reality is this.
I see a kid potentially learning responsibility. The importance of responsibility and taking care of what you can take care of, and you'll be rewarded.
Let me
That's
just.
what I see. I don't care how you want to slice it. We can talk property taxes.
No.
We can talk all that old stuff.
You can't get
the
away.
Potential in kids.
You can't get away with saying something like that and I not give you the right breakdown because you don't
exactly.
pay. Well,
I can't get away in seeing the positive benefits in helping a child learn the world.
What I'm saying to you is you just said that people that are in Ohio complain about paying property taxes on the schools. Why don't they go over to Kentucky where they don't do that? So let me ask you a question about Kentucky, since Kentucky seems to be winning in education. Let me ask you this.
I didn't say that.
But you said in this argument, you're putting them ahead of Ohio's people for complaining about it. So my question to you is, how does Kentucky fund their schools if they don't do it through property taxes? No, you knew the rest of it. Well, if you're not sure,
I'll tell you why.
If you're not sure, why would you bring that?
Let me explain to you where I'm coming from.
Okay.
I had a job offer over there or interview, and the principal told me, she said, I always laugh at Ohio on election day because it's something we don't have to worry about. Property taxes over here. Our teachers are not funded through property taxes, so therefore, I don't have property taxes. So therefore, if I decide I need she said if I need an extra, I forget what subject she said, math teacher or whatever, I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to go contact the superintendent, the county superintendent, nothing. I just tell them I just tell the school board I need an extra math teacher, and the funds are there.
Okay, but the funds come from somewhere. That wasn't you totally avoided the question. You talked about somebody needing another job.
It has nothing to do with property taxes.
It may not have anything to do with property taxes, but now let me ask you a question. Do you think more people own cars in Kentucky or homes?
I'd say they own more land.
You think people own more land than cars?
In Kentucky?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So they pay your taxes. They charge you higher taxes on your registration fee. Whoop-de-damn do.
No, wait a minute, hold on, brother. You pay taxes on that registration. You go register it. You do that one time. You do that one time in Ohio, right? So because they don't use property taxes to pay for their schooling, don't mean that it still isn't tax dollars just coming from other sources. To be honest with you, Kentucky's even worse because they go after the majority of people. People in Hamilton County don't even own property. So they're going after a lower list of people by getting property taxes to fund the school. Kentucky goes after. Wait a minute. Kentucky, yes, it does. Kentucky goes after. Kentucky go after automobile owners. Would you say there's more automobile owners in Kentucky or homeowners in Kentucky?
There's more cars, definitely.
Okay, so more people are paying taxes toward their school than Ohio people are. So when you bring up
not necessarily.
Okay, all right. Well,
there's no income taxes in Kentucky.
So it don't just take income tax.
Everybody's got a damn job.
Everybody damn near got a car.
Everybody got some tax coming out of their check. Other than just their property tax.
I can't with you,
and
brother.
I don't mean like federal and state taxes. I'm talking about like income taxes. Lord help us. A public asked for a 1.3 mil income tax ballot request. Everybody will go berserk. They don't have those in states like so it all balances out.
Okay.
Because
If you say
Kentucky
so.
ass state. So it all balances out.
Okay. All right, Fame. Hey, that it, man? You got anything else? You got any other stories
No,
you want to tell?
I tried to get off the phone 10 minutes ago. Since you said this is a show. So since this is a show,
Well,
I'm
let
gonna
me
give y'all
hold
a
on.
shout
Hold
out.
on.
Oh,
Okay, go
no,
on.
I ain't got nothing else. That's
Okay.
all I had.
Okay, bro. Every good. Thanks for calling, Fame. Everybody knew because they praying when he called and I answered. Everybody was like, there went the short show, and I do have to get out of here. But damn, they were like, there went the short show. But y'all gotta understand, I like Fame. Y'all know that. I think y'all can hear through the chaos that him and I talk. Y'all can see that. You could clearly see that we tend to vibe off one another, if you want to call it that. At least we don't leave each other angry. You know, we have one of them type of podcast relationships where he can call and talk that crazy stuff. He can even insult me. But y'all ever notice him something after, even a day after he's then went in on me heavy, called me names and stuff, that when I mention something and I call him a name or something, or I don't call him Fame, I call him something, or that his conversation is matching up. He says, "Oh, we're insulting. You're gonna insult me. You want to insult today?" And I'm like, "Dang, gone, Fame." So I don't quite do that. I tend to let you say what you say, insult me, say whatever you want to say, and I just let it bounce up off of me. But you have to bring to the attention. You bring the attention to I said something about you. It's amazing, brother. You need thicker skin. You one of them type of people we used to say back in the day, they can dish it but can't take it. You can serve it, but you can't get served. And I'm tripping. Bro. Ugh. This is not what I was going to talk about today. It's funny. Maybe I can hold this topic for tomorrow. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, and I'll get on it tomorrow because I don't have enough time here and I really have to go, and it's funny that this shit is coming up after Fane leaves, and he probably would have addressed this topic. And if you're interested, tomorrow we can have this conversation. But I want to know is, people going to be like, damn, boy, that's way different. Is homosexuality a natural thing? Like, are you born with it? Or is it something, or is it a choice? I had some videos queued up to have this long conversation because I know it's going to end up being a long conversation. Some people may not appreciate my take on it. They may not appreciate the fact of my opinion of what I think about homosexuality. I don't have a problem with gay people. I don't have a problem with it. I don't understand it. I understand to a certain extent. I don't understand why a man would want to be with another man. I don't get it. I'm a hetero, stand the attraction. I don't get that shit. However, I am not judgmental to the point where I feel like you should be dumping people and treating them like trash because of their beliefs. However, I am a firm believer that you cannot turn somebody gay. So I don't understand. I don't think that you can go to jail, get a 3-year sentence, and you come back a homosexual. I think you was a homosexual before you get. It's just me. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go to violated, get raped, and now you turn. I don't think that turns you into a homosexual. You've been violated, you got raped. I don't know. I can't imagine a man who really is a man being turned out like that. You got to have gay tendencies. Now, is there any heterosexual man that disagrees with that? Do you think that your boy went to jail, came back a homosexual? I think he was there. That's just my personal opinion. Don't hate me. Don't, I'm just saying, that's my opinion. I just don't think you can turn a man who's heterosexual. I don't think you can turn a man gay. And I heard them talking about this a little bit on the radio, and I couldn't tune. I wasn't able to turn. I came back. They was on a different thing, different situation, subject. So I didn't get the gist of it. No, I know that the Catholic priest, the Pope, is now saying that men should be able to marry men, and it's totally against that you know that church years. But what's the big change? And I think there's a misconception. Pope is actually saying. I think the Pope is saying that these guys should be able to make the choice. He don't agree that it's right. He's saying it shouldn't be against the law. And if they're making the wrong decision, that's a biblical wrong decision, that they will have to deal with that when it's judgment time or whatever, judgment day. I don't know, because it's been a lot of them priests getting in trouble with these little boys and doing homosexual acts and things of that nature. And then I got this other video lined up. We'll get to it tomorrow. And they're talking about, because you might have a feel, that you shouldn't act on that feel. If you have homosexual feelings, it's to act on those feelings. And then somebody on the radio, I did catch this, and I want to give them their props, because it's funny when that conversation was going on, I was like, what about a pedophile? We know it's against the law to deal with kids, to deal with children, pedophilia. That's against the law. But wait a minute. Those are feelings in those individuals, right? As wrong as it is, as nasty as it is, and as much as I would hate somebody that would violate my kid or anything, I just think that those people are in trouble because they acted on a feel. And I don't know if there's any difference between acting on that type of a feel and then acting on a homosexual type. You see what I'm saying? I think they're entwined. I think you're wired that way. I think you're wired that way. I'm talking about pedophilia here. I find it very man who has a daughter he may be, I don't know, and his daughter is 15. And he out here looking at 15-year-old girls. I don't understand that. You have a 15-year-old daughter. How could a 15-year-old girl be attracted to you? I don't how to twisted things that I think all play entwine with how people, I think tomorrow's going to enlighten me, because to be honest with you, this is not up my wheel. I am going to be a spectator guest. I just might be moderating the show, but I think I'm open to learn some things. If you're gay, if you're a homosexual man or a woman, please feel free to call. I'm going to tell you something. We all got somebody that we knew was a homosexual or was lighting sugar in the tank. Ever since we was little boys, we knew, bro, ain't nobody turned him gay. He came outside. He don't play football with us. He doing hair with the doll babies over there with the little girls. We knew he was gay. So I know that the level of birthetism, I know that being gay has a lot to born that way, but I need to hear from Spec tomorrow. I need to hear from some people who could tell me, no, be respectful. It's their choice. They decide to do that, and don't have to be that way. Because I got a video showing you, these are 2-minute videos, and they're just saying, look, the LGBT community, we've been around for all these years. I mean, not the LGBT community, humans have been around all these years. And now all of a sudden the LGBT count is going up on the scale. My argument to that is this. I think LGBTQ is more acceptable in 2023, now 2024, than ever has been. So that means more people are starting to admit that they're part of that community. Just my personal thoughts. I think for a long time, people had to hide who they were. Thank you, Vincent. Vincent Jones said learn behavior and their surroundings maybe. That's what's in the video. Some people are saying that this behavior is a taught behavior because of how they were raised, that it's part of the culture. I can't wait to tackle this tomorrow. Guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to tell you I have the answer to this. I'm here to learn tomorrow. I want to know, after listening and reading comments, I want to know how people feel about it. I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. Not here to tell you that you're right. I just want to know how people take it, how they feel. Is E coming on today? Did anybody see E? Are you here, bro? E text me. Hold on one second. Let me see what he says. He says, oh, my bad, E. I just seen your text message. If you're still here, brother, my apologies. Let's see. Is E coming on today? I'm still out of here. I gotta go. I just want to send everybody over there. If you guys, maybe I have the information. Let me see here. Yes, he said running behind, but the afternoon experiment will happen today, probably around 3:30. Well, let me make that announcement, E. Not that y'all didn't just hear it from me. But go over and watch Emmanuel Livingston at 3:30 today. He said he's running a little bit behind. He'll be in around 3:30. That's about 30 minutes. And, go check him out. Maybe he'll tackle that subject and open up a can of worms and I could piggyback off of that. I don't know. He probably has something great to talk about. But I plan on learning tomorrow. Fridays are slow days for us. You know what I mean? We don't really have a whole big crowd. Maybe somebody will come in and enlighten me and let me know what it is. I don't think anybody's going to have the right answer. I think people will have a good answer, but I don't think any answer tomorrow is going to be the say all, do all answer. I just don't think it'll be I don't think it'll be the answer. You know what I mean? I think we'll have a lot of opinions instead of facts. Hard to get a fact out of that. Hey, that's my time, man. Peace and love. Like I said, go check out Emmanuel Livingston today on his show, on his page, Emmanuel Livingston, and what is the afternoon experiment. Go check him out. Peace and love to everybody. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, 1 p.m. Tag somebody. Let them know what we're talking about. Get one. I'd love to see one of these transgenders get on. I'd love to have a conversation with a transgender. I have no quarrels, no problems with transgenders. I just would love to hear what they have to say and how long they knew that they wanted to be the opposite sex. Everybody, man, nothing but love over here. I'm out.
I never let them win unless I say so. And I don't show my cards, but I play it though. They put them in my bag like my bankroll. This time that's just not the case though. I was lacking, I ain't proud of it. I know I could've held it down for real, but you really came to show out. Before I knew it, I was shotgun, got one with me. Never meant what I said to you, baby. Was in character for the animation. You ain't ever let it stop simulation. Had to take it back to play in my favor. It's all love when I see you when your bitch smiling. Put the gas on it, but I kept the mileage. Seen the bullet coming, but I didn't dodge it quick enough. I wish I never did it. From the bathroom to the kitchen. Wish I would've kept it pimping. Should've never took that mission. Never got into your Lambo. Let you shoot it up like Rambo. Now you made me an example. Caught me slipping, I'm so over this. I wish I never. And I wish I never. I usually got the game in a head like known to keep a piece that stack. Then drive 'em up the west stop. Couldn't keep it on the low like bedrock. I was lacking, I ain't proud of it. I know I could've held it down for real, but you really came to show out. Before I knew it, I was turned down, burnt out. Got one